Welcome back to the channel, Den members. You know, people who carry a gun daily, whether it is open carry, concealed carry, whether it's part of their occupation or what they consider their civilian duty, these people will tell you that it is important to find and use a holster that best fits your gun and fits your style. Having the right holster can indeed mean the difference between life or death. But what about belts? The EDC belt market seems to be a very underappreciated market. Let's be honest, a lot of people out there, myself included for the longest time, thought I could just get away with using a typical dress belt or my everyday belt. But there are a lot of us out there that are incredibly hard and abusive to our belts. That's why in today's video, we are going back to basics and we are going to discuss the Core Essentials. No, that's the name of the company, Core Essentials. As I was saying, I am very rough on my belts. Even after I discovered more utilitarian, tactical, everyday carry gun belts, such as this Next belt, I was finding that I was still going through them within less than a year. They work, but by the end, the inner core was cracking, it was losing its rigidity, the belt nylon starts to fray, even the buckle would periodically strip off of the belt itself, leaving for very awkward moments if I was in public. Now, before I forget, like all my videos, I have chapter links down in the description. If you want to skip around or skip to certain sections of this video, I make it very easy for you. Well, as luck or good fortune would have it, about the time I was searching for a replacement belt for my next belt, Core Essentials approached me and wanted to know if I'd be interested in sampling and reviewing their everyday carry tactical belt. This belt was provided to me free of cost by Core Essentials. In return, they only asked that I do a fair and honest review of this everyday carry belt. I am not being paid by Core Essentials. I am not being sponsored by them. My views are my own findings, my own experiences with this belt. Now, Core Essentials was kind enough to give us our own promo code for all viewers of this video. If you use promo code PhantomLlamasDen10 at checkout, you will save 10% on your entire order site-wide on CoreEssentials.com. I also want to call out that Core Essentials sells a lot more than just belts. They sell hats, they sell wallets, sunglasses, some knives, accessories for your tactical belts. They have a whole array of items on their website, and you definitely want to check them out. Also, I'd love to be able to support a company that is not only US based, but has US made products. A big thank you to Core Essentials for sending me this belt, making this video possible, and frankly for keeping me out of jail for indecent exposure when my pants will inevitably fall down without a belt. The problems of having no hips. So let's get into an overview of this belt. You can either buy a belt and buckle combo, or you can mix and match and build your own exactly how you want it. The belt that I chose was one of their 1.5-inch US made tactical nylon belts coupled with an X gunmetal buckle. This configuration costs about $80. And you get what you pay for. As far as how much time and experience I have wearing this belt, I have been exclusively wearing this belt every single day for over a month now. It is a ratcheting belt system with 40 1/4-inch adjustment points within the belt. The belt straps themselves are a one size fits most or two sizes fit all. The smaller size goes from 24 inches up to 54 inches. The larger size goes from 54 inches to 72 inches. You just cut the belt to the specific length that you need. Once you get the belt strap cut down to the appropriate size, you would just attach the belt buckle with 2 set screws and the buckle clamp. This system is quite robust, and after doing a completely unnecessary stress test of trying to rip the buckle off of the belt strap, I have found that this locking system for the buckle onto the belt strap is far superior to that of Next belt. Next belt, I'm not bashing your products, but they've got you handedly beat here. When I first got the belt, I was initially very impressed with the overall construction of the strap. The outward side of the belt is a very heavy-duty nylon, and the inward side is what Core Essentials calls a super fiber interior belt. It is a very strong feeling material. One of the first things I noticed when I started daily driving the Core Essentials EDC belt was just how rigid and how sturdy this was. After researching the belt, I found that the sturdiness comes from a reinforced core that Core Essentials calls the Power Core. This is again a proprietary system that makes the belt more supportive and extra stiff. Nice. The belt is rated to hold up to 8 pounds of gear, which means you can accessorize this belt with a little more tactical gear if that's something that you're interested in doing. I really don't have too much to say about the buckle. It is a very sturdy, very solid construction. It has a very simple to use mechanism for releasing the belt buckle when you want to undo the belt. But there's enough spring tension that is going to ensure that the belt does not lose its place in the ratchet. While Core Essentials sells a variety of different belts, they all operate the same way. All here meaning the buckles that are compatible with the ratchet tactical nylon belts. One thing that Core Essentials asks that I point out in relation to their buckle choices, the X series gunmetal belt, such as what I have here, is not the most conducive to appendix carrying. They have other thinner, lower profile buckles than this that are more conducive to being able to carry appendix. That about covers the features of this belt, at least the tactical nylon belt strap and the X series buckle. So I want to take the last bit of this video just to talk about my personal experience wearing this over the last month or so. Simply put, it's been fantastic. I noticed very quickly that the belt does not shift or rotate side to side throughout the day, especially having a gun on my hip. It might be a little bit of OCD, but I really like to keep my belt buckle dead center of my front. And it drives me nuts when I'm constantly having to fight and work a belt back to center. And I haven't had that issue with this belt. That's largely due to the material that is used for the inward side of the belt. I know that only having worn this for about a month doesn't sound like a lot of time, but I'm going to tell you that within a month of wearing my next belt, it was already starting to fray. Now, as I've said several times here, I am pretty hard on belts. And since, as I said, I don't really have hips, I find that I have to cinch my belts down a little tighter than the average human being does. That extra cinching can put additional strain on a belt. There has been absolutely no slippage or give between the buckle and the strap from when I originally mounted this. Something I've noticed about the buckles of most of my other belts is they get scratched up pretty easily. They get dinged, they start to lose the finish. There is no visible damage to this buckle and no visible blemishes to it, which really tells me that the quality of this buckle is fantastic. As of this moment, there hasn't been a single fray on this belt. I do have a word of advice to anybody that does end up buying this belt. You are going to want to trim the belt down pretty close to what the belt size should be, because as I said earlier, the belt is fairly stiff, and if there's enough extra, it will protrude out. Overall, I have been very pleased with this belt, and to be honest, it feels a little awkward sitting here right now without a belt on. I highly recommend Core Essentials gun belts for any person that is looking for a top tier quality, sturdy, everyday carry belt. So if you're in the market for a new everyday carry belt or just a nice, solid, sturdy belt in general, go check out coreessentials.com. Use promo code PhantomLlamasDen10 at checkout. Save yourself 10%. Thank you again to Core Essentials for sending this belt over. I can't wait to get another couple belts and check out some of your other products. You all have no idea how much frustration you have saved me. That's going to do it for this video, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the Phantom Llamas Den. Go check us out on X and Instagram. Follow us on Twitch, where we get really rowdy on the weekends. And as always, don't take life too seriously and make it a great day.